'Cause mountains high and valleys deep, destinations to discover. We fly you there, the fare is low. Choose any place you'd like to go. There'll always be a new horizon, a further step to make. The world keeps spinning, checking easy. Clear as the sky, make up your mind. Take the taxi through the air. Just come on board, don't stay out there. Touch the sky, your smile starts flying. Take the chance, it's worth a trying. Board the yellow cab to somewhere. Take the taxi through the air. Cross mountains high and valleys deep, destinations to discover. We fly you there, the ferry.
Hi guys, good morning. Well, it's morning here in New Zealand, and welcome to Jet and Airways, where a smile goes a long way. And I didn't hit record, so I'll hit record now, and I'll start all over again. Oh, what a dummy! Sorry about that. Okay, welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to Jet and Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Today's stream video is a very, very short one. I got up this morning and heard on the news, PMDG have released an update, another little update for their series of 737s, the 737-600, 700 and 800. And they've also announced that the 737-900 is actually finished. And they're just doing a couple of final little checkovers before they actually release it to the public. So it is done and it is ready to go. So we should see that up on their website, hopefully within just a few days. Now, if you've been following my videos and my streams, I'm only just getting started, so I've made quite a few mistakes and errors and things don't go right sometimes, but I've had a lot of trouble with the 737 as far as ground handling goes. As far as nose wheel steering, it has been really hard to control on the ground. I just can't seem to taxi. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. And particularly sometimes when I land, I'll do my landing and then I'll find out the nose wheel steering is not working, so I cannot taxi to the gate. It is really frustrating when you get everything all set up, ready to go, and then all of a sudden your nose wheel steering is not working. So that's pretty frustrating. Now apparently PMDG have repaired this. That's what they announced. They say they have. Now you have got the switch down here, but I try not to touch that. The nose, I'm not sure. I think it's switched on to normal. I'm not going to touch that. But PMDG did have their own ground handling controls built into their aircraft. They had their own nose wheel steering system. But apparently they have reverted back now to the default Microsoft Flight Simulator ground handling or nose wheel steering, and I got a feeling that was causing the problem, because maybe the two systems were actually conflicting. So my airplane always seemed to be very, very confused, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. So I got a feeling that's what the problem was. So I'm going to just go for a little bit of a flight today And I'm going to try and I'm going to check out to see if the nose wheel steering is working okay. That means I have to take off and I have to land without any problems with the nose wheel steering. And also another thing, they have built into the systems now of the radios, the MML. Down here, system is now working. You can switch between the different frequencies, the ILS and the other frequencies there. You can switch between them on this. Apparently that has always worked on the Zebo 737, but not on the PMDG 737. Now I'm a pretty basic flyer, fun casual flyer, so I've never really got deep into these systems, to be honest. So I'm not really sure what those are about without a bit of research. I do, however, put my ILS approach into the radio. I do tune the radio, I do that much, but I'm not too sure about the MML and all those systems and what they're all about. And apparently there are a few other bugs as well that have been sorted out and fixed. So let's take this plane for a little bit of a flight, and we'll see if the main problem for me was really the nose wheel steering. So let's take this thing up for a bit of a flight, and we'll see how the nose wheel steering goes, So I've got the ground power on, so let's come down here and do a little bit of work on the FMC now. KSAN, okay. I'll come up here and I'll turn on the IRS. We'll come down here. Enter IRS position. Put one into that there, and then route. KSAN, we'll go to KLAX. Keep it nice and simple for the sake of this video, just so I can test out everything's working okay. Jet in 101. Depart and arrive. KSAN, runway 27, and we'll arrive at KLAX, runway 07 right. Let's do that, and we'll activate. Now my flight plan, I need to find my flight plan on my other screen. I should just about know it all off by heart now, this particular flight plan, that's for sure. Okay, our first waypoint, Sarge, S-A-R-G-S. Second waypoint, Albas, A-L-B-A-S. And then Holtz, L-T-Z, execute, Doyle, D-O-Y-L-E, put that in there, Doyle, execute, then T-R-T-O-N, T-O-N, put that one in there, times Z, T-I-M-S-E, put that one there, next page, fumble, F, L. Okay, fumble. That's it. Triton times E. Hang on, let's have a look. Sarge, Albas, Holtz, Doyle. We should have Doyle in there. Doyle should be in there. D-O-Y-L-E. Holtz, Doyle. Doyle should be in there. And then we should have D star. D star and then Triton. Doesn't look like we can find D star. Too many times then fumble. Timesy and fumble. We've got too many timesies and too many fumbles in here. We'll get rid of those. Okay. Downey, we don't need Downey. We'll get rid of that. Okay, so previous Sarges, Albas, Holtz, Doyle, Triton, next page, Timesy, fumble, and the runway. That's it. That is beautiful. That is all in there. Route data, okay. Performance in it, cost 35. Reserves 1. 0 fuel weight. Altitude 10,000. Inwind limit. Takeoff flaps 5. V1 speeds in there. Route, legs, and I think that is pretty much it. We should have a lovely little flight plan on our screen up here, and indeed we do have. That is good. We'll put that back to map. We'll turn on our flight directors. We'll put our speed, climb out speed, 250. Altitude is there. Ejector takeoff for the speed brakes. Flaps we need to put on 5. It's a pretty quick up and go. Today. Now we can start our APU because we're almost ready to go back. APU bleed on. Let's put our fuel pump on there. And we'll get our APU started. Then we can get some pushback. And we'll see if our nose wheel steering actually works properly. Starting up, you can hear it winding up like crazy. And we'll just wait for this light to come on, and we'll turn on our APU. The other thing I've been having trouble with is my active pause. For some reason it comes on by itself. I've checked to make sure I haven't double assigned the active pause button, and it seems okay. The pause button on my keyboard activates the active pause, but for some reason it just seems to go on by itself, which was rather weird. Okay, APU is running like crazy, so we can release our ground power. Let's come down here, menu, functions, ground services, release the ground power. We can release the chocks because we are going to get pushed back. The other little bug I've had is that the other little bug I've had is I haven't got any voices on from the control tower. Today it also looks like I'm not getting any voices. Right, let's go ahead and get some pushback. I think my brakes are off. Release my brakes. I always get confused with those brakes. I still get confused with those brakes. Should they be in or out? Right, here we go. So the brakes were... brakes are in. Okay. Try and remember that. Brakes are in. Okay, so let's turn on our taxi lights. Can turn our landing lights on now. Turn on some wing lights. And I think we can go ahead and get our engine started up. Isolation valve open, engine bleed on. Let's start our right engine. See it firing up there nicely. Some fuel to that engine there. Right, that will do us for our pushback. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Let's put that brake on. We'll pull that out. Brake is on. And we have one good engine start. Just wait for that to click back and we will start our left engine. Taking a while. Is it going to click back or not? See, I think my active pause sort of engaged itself then. So I had to sort of click the pause to get things back running again. So I don't know what happened there. Why it automatically goes on to active pause. Must be something I'm clicking somewhere. One of my assignments is not right. So there it goes. Let's get the left engine fired up. Okay, welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the channel if you've just tuned in. What we're doing today is just checking out the latest update from PMDG, the update to the 737 series, the 600, 700 and 800. Apparently they have fixed the nose wheel steering. They've changed the system for the nose wheel steering for the ground handling. The MML down here on the radio system, they have changed that, and a few other small and larger bug fixes as well. Because I'm a fun casual flyer, there are things deep within the systems and the subsystems that actually I don't fully know about or appreciate. Right, 2 good engine starts. Did we turn on the fuel? All the fuel? So let's flick those over to continuous. If we turn the power on, the bus over to the engine bus. Can turn off our APU and our APU bleed. Turn on our packs. Hydraulics, turn on our window heat. Our heat probes. Turn on our yaw damper. Emergency lighting. Let's see if we can get taxi to clearance for taxi. Straight out. For some reason we are still not getting any voices with our clearance, just the text message. So something is still a little bit wrong there. It could be something in my settings as well, I guess. Acknowledge taxi clearance. So we do have taxi clearance, but we're just not hearing the actual voice. Okay, so let's release our brake down here. And let's see if our nose wheel steering does the right thing. It actually works. Now I've put the brake off, but we're still not moving. Hit the active pause and we are moving. So for some reason the active pause was engaged then. The only button I actually touched before that happened, I think, was the brakes. So maybe somehow the active pause is somehow related to that brake assignment. So that'll be, see, I've got multiplayer mode on today. We've got people flying around everywhere doing all sorts of wonderful, crazy things. Nose wheel steering seems to be working. So let's head down to the active runway. Maybe they have fixed the nose wheel steering. Now what they did apparently, if you missed it earlier, is PMDG, go inside the plane, it's a little bit quieter. PMDG had their own ground handling controls within the plane. And of course Microsoft Flight Simulator has its own assignments in the simulator. So what I think was happening is that the 737s were getting confused. Well, in my simulator anyway, I had a lot of trouble with my ground handling. I think the system in the PMDG planes was getting confused and conflicting with the systems in Microsoft Flight Simulator, because I kept trying to adjust it and fix it through Microsoft Flight Simulator settings, whereas actually it should have been adjusted and changed within the PMDG options menus in the FMC. So it was a little bit confusing. and a bit conflicting, I think. So let's hope now, with the update which I did this morning, that problem is actually fixed. Going a little bit fast here. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the stream. Feel free, give me some feedback in regards to the microphone, sound, volumes. We're just doing a little short hop up the coast to Los Angeles, which I do quite regularly and often as part of my virtual airline. So there's nothing new to see here, but I just wanted to see if those things were fixed. The nose wheel steering wasn't going to clap out on me. I think I've pretty much got everything else sussed, apart from my active pause, which keeps coming on by itself, seems to have a mind of its own sometimes. So let's see how we go. A lot of people flying around here today in multiplayer mode just to see all their names above their planes. Quite a busy little airport. I'm doing the stream at a different time today. I'm doing it at about 10:30, 11 o'clock New Zealand time. Normally I would do 9 o'clock New Zealand time. That's okay for Kiwis and Australians, but I think maybe over that part of the world it's different. So I'm trying a new time out today, 10:30 and 11. And we'll just see if we get a few more views or not. See how we go. Let me know in the comments what the time is where you are in the world, and hopefully I can work things out and set on a good regular time for our streams. The other thing I'm interested in today is if the plane actually follows the flight plan. I'm having trouble with that as well. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think most of these bugs and problems that I have are probably my fault. So I'm not putting the blame for it. I don't put the blame for stuff on the PMDG plane. Although sometimes it may be at their fault, but I think more times than not it's actually something I've done wrong in the settings, or just a lousy pilot, basically. Dodgy pilot. That's all I am, a dodgy pilot. Casual fun flyer, nothing too serious here. I do everything easy and the most simple way. I just like to get up, have fun flying and enjoy the scenery. Although I do enjoy the cold and dark startups, I have to say. Good thing about the PMDG planes, you can fly them for years and you can still learn stuff, and that's the good thing about a study level plane. Well, the good news, guys, the nose wheel steering worked perfectly. So let's hope that latest update that I downloaded and did this morning, let's hope that has done the trick and solved my nightmarish problems. We'll probably have a better idea when we land at Los Angeles, see if our nose wheel steering craps out again or whether it just continues to be consistent. It worked there fine, so that is good. I'm happy with that. Okay, request takeoff clearance. Still no voices in the air traffic control. That could be something in my settings. I will have a look at that. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I think we should get clearance. We just can't hear anything. Here we go. Acknowledge takeoff clearance. So we do have clearance. Maybe they're just in a quiet mood today. They don't feel like making any noise. Okay, let's head out onto the active runway. I will have a bit of a look here. Also check landing lights on. Strobe lights all on. Flaps down, 5. Climb out speed, 250. Flight directors on. And the nose wheel steering is working perfectly. Touch wood, fingers crossed. It's going to be like this. Everything will go well for the whole flight. The next big challenge, of course, is to see if it follows the flight plan. I don't think that is a bug. I think that is a bug in my brain, actually, not a bug in the plane. Probably something that I do wrong in regards to programming FMC. Right, let's bring the throttles up. Everything is stable. We'll go to Toga. We'll listen to those engines.
Rotate. E2.
Straight line. Our engines are over revving. Bring them down a little bit. Right, let's turn on our auto throttle, speed mode, LNAV, and our autopilot. Start bringing up our flaps. Autopilot engaged, the plane started to turn around to the right, so that means I have done something. I have done something wrong with the FMC, maybe when I programmed in the coordinates or something like that. So I've just taken over manual control of the plane. What's happened here? We've got a freeze up. I think we've got a freeze up, guys. Computer has frozen. Ah, we're frozen and we've crashed back to desktop. That's a shame. We'll have to start all over again, but I will do that on another stream. I'll do another stream later in the day. And we'll see if I can solve a couple more of those problems. But the good thing is the nose wheel steering seems to be fixed, and that is working. Okay guys, please hit subscribe, make a comment. I don't expect you to hit the like. It wasn't a very good stream today. When something goes wrong like that, I'm sorry about that, but these things happen. It is frustrating and annoying, but I will get back to you very soon, and we will do another video and another stream. Take care, guys. Talk soon. Ciao.